Okay. Hi there. This is Rohan Meshram again, and today I am going to guide you through on how do you install most of the, or you can say, to install most common molecular modeling software that are required for performing, very normal molecular modeling task like molecular docking and molecular dynamics and so on and so forth. So today I am going to tell you step by step. It is just a guide on how to do things, so that you by the end of this talk, or by the end of this video, you would be in a position to install and set up or configure or set up the preferences that would make your system up and running for performing molecular docking using AutoDock. Okay. And I would also let you know, we'll say for example about from where you can get those software and everything. For the sake of simplicity, I have kind of downloaded. When you download this software, or when you if you are at University of Pune, maybe I will share you with the link from where you can download all this software that I'm going to tell you now. uh, when you have downloaded the zip file, or we'll say for example, when you have all those software, I have divided this software for the sake of simplicity into three main folders. The first folder is what we are going to use today, is about PyRx. So this PyRx is Python prescription. It is one of the GUI that is used to run AutoDock. So for running AutoDock, we are going to use the GUI called as Python prescription. Most of the people do use another GUI called as AutoDock tool, or in short ADT. Uh, it is to be noted that both of these GUI, ADT as well as Python prescription, they were both developed at the same laboratory, that is MGL, Molecular Graphics Laboratory at Scripps Research Institute. So it doesn't really matter what you use. Both of them are quite very efficient for handling molecular docking as such. Okay, but for the sake of simplicity, I prefer to use PyRx. Therefore, I will teach you how do we install and configure PyRx on your PC. Okay, so what you're supposed to do now is that when you have this all this software together, okay, you will have to click this PyRx folder, and you would see there are a lot of files over here. I would first let you know what these files are, and how are we going to install this thing. So this PyRx, also called as a Python prescription, well, it requires a base software called as Python. So since PyRx was developed in Python, it is necessary that you people first install the base software, that is Python, upon which we would install your Python prescription. And after installing Python prescription, then we would have to install AutoDock separately on our system. After installing these three software, you need to tell your Python prescription about where the binaries of those AutoDock are located. So you need to edit the preferences in your Python prescription so that your GUI knows where exactly that autodoc.exe and autogrid.exe files are located, so that it can take commands from over there. Okay, so I would guide you step by step on how do we install this thing. So as I have told you earlier, we need to first install Python. Okay, so I have some older version of Python over here, but I would advise you that you can download Python of newer version. It is of course free of cost. You can visit to the Python website and download the latest version. For the sake of simplicity, since I had already this version available, I would show you installing on Python version 2.6 itself. All, all the Python versions which are higher than 2.6 would definitely work. Okay, so let us start installing Python. Uh, all you have to do is to double click on that Windows installer and follow the instruction. Upon next and next, it is and wait for a while. So while our system install this Python, I would let you know that this Python prescription has got a very user-friendly GUI. So you don't have to go into command line separately and run all those files together. So there would be a separate video in which I would demonstrate you how do we actually perform molecular docking using Python prescription. So just be tuned and do check this channel for further updates. Okay, so we have finished installing Python. Okay, so now it's time that we install our GUI. First we have installed this base software Python, and now our system is ready to understand what this Python prescription is all about. Therefore here is the setup file for your Python prescription. All you need to do is to double click it. You might not get that window when you install it. Run any way that I have clicked. Okay, now we are about to install that Python prescription. It's very easy. Of course you would have to do the same thing. It would ask you if you need to make changes to the computer. Yes, of course I want it to make changes to my computer. All you have to do is to follow this instruction. Your Python prescription would be installed in a folder named C program files x86. It would create a folder named PyRx Python prescription, and inside it would install. That is what it is asking about, where would be the default path. It might take a little while, so all you need to do is to remain patient. Just wait for a while it installs. The installation might also be dependent on what type of system are you using. If it is already laden with lot of other software, it might take some time. If your computer is quite free and it don't have many program, maybe it can install it quickly. my PC is kind of full of softwares and other molecular modeling packages right now, so I think it is taking a bit of time for installation. Anyhow, patience is the key. Yes, here we go. It has paced up a little bit. Okay, so now it has installed our Python prescription. The software has been successfully installed. Either you can launch it for the very first time when it is installed. You can also keep this tick box clicked so that desktop icon or the shortcut to the uh, Python prescription would be prepared on your desktop. All you need to do is to finish. Now since I have already ticked this launch this PyRx, after clicking finish it would automatically start running this Python prescription. So please don't mind my desktop, I know it's quite messy. Okay, okay, here we go. This is the GUI that we are going to use for molecular docking. Okay, now as you can see over here, there are two softwares that can be run through this Python prescription. One is AutoDock Vina, another one is AutoDock Wizard that we are going to use. AutoDock and AutoDock Vina, these are the two softwares that are popularly used for molecular docking, and these are very popular because these are free of cost, and of course they have got a really very high precision so far your pose recognition is concerned in during molecular docking. Therefore people usually prefer using either Autodock or Autodock Vina. Okay, so from this tab you can start Autodock Vina. Okay, so you don't have to do anything else. You can directly start using this software by pushing the start button. But in our further tutorial, which I am going to share with you, we are going to use AutoDock for molecular docking. And to use AutoDock, you are supposed to use this particular tab. And when you click on this tab, as you can see over here, uh, this option is disabled. Requires local Autodock binary. That means your Python prescription right now don't know where exactly those Autodock binaries are located. So we need to configure, or you can say we need to tell this software about where to look for that Autodock binaries. So before we tell this software regarding about where to locate those binary, we need to first install Autodock first on our system. Okay, so let us first install Autodock. I would go into the same folder where that PyRx setup was located. Over here, you have got binaries for AutoDock, AutoDock 4.2.3. Okay, you can download it from Scripps Research Institute website. Of course, it is free of cost. Now it would ask you the same question. Yes, of course. Now here is something you need to do. By default, this AutoDock would be installed in your Windows folder, which is located in your C drive in the folder name system32. But we don't want to install it into its default location. Instead, we would install it into C drive, and then maybe in program files. We are now in program files. We would we would make a new folder. In program files, we would make a new folder. We would rename it to AutoDock. Simple as that. We would then click on this AutoDock and hit OK button. So now you might see the path has changed. Okay, and we still don't want another system32 folder to be present in AutoDock. So in this way, now your program would be installed in C drive in program files x86 folder. There would be a separate folder called as AutoDock, and in this AutoDock folder all of the files would be installed. All you need to do now is to click on this install button. Okay, so when you click this, now you can see that everything has been done, right? So I would now go and check out in this C program files x86 and AutoDock if all these files are installed properly or not. Okay, so every time just make sure that these three files are extracted: autodoc.exe, autogrid.exe, and sigwin1.dll. These three files should be present in this AutoDock folder. Okay, now let us check it out. Here is my C drive. Then we have to go to this program files x86. Then we have got AutoDock, and we have got these three files. So far so good, everything is very fine. This is how it should happen. Okay, now since we have installed AutoDock, now we need to tell this software where to find the binaries for AutoDock, or where to find the program AutoDock, because this is just a GUI. GUI stands for graphical user interface, and using this graphical user interface at the background you would be running AutoDock. So this program needs to know where that AutoDock is installed. And in order to configure it, what you need to do is to go to this edit icon, edit menu, and from this edit menu select the preferences option. Over here you need to specify the path for AutoDock and AutoGrid. Okay, so just browse to C drive, then program files x86, then AutoDock, then select AutoDock 4, open. Now check out the path to this AutoDock program has been set. Now similarly, we need to do the same thing with AutoGrid. Select this AutoGrid and open. Okay, so now over here, also you should note down the workspace. Okay, so it is better that you somehow note down this path, because this is where all of your output file would be stored. So after doing everything, then you would get lost ki where exactly have I saved my results. So all of the result that you do using Python prescription, whatever molecular docking you would do, it would be saved at this particular location. Okay, now it is up to you how many CPUs you want to use. So this program would automatically detect how many CPUs are available with you or in your PC. So it has detected that it can use 7 CPUs. So it is all up to you on managing how much computational resources do you wish to provide to this software. Okay, so available CPUs are 7. I mean, I can use either only 3 CPU or 3 processor or 4 processor or 8 processor. Okay, so it is all up to us. So now how would I know how many CPUs are available with me? Okay, it is simple. What you can do, I would let you know after a bit of time on where can you find out how many CPUs are available with you. Okay, so I have changed it to 8 because I know there are 8 processors in my PC. Okay, one more thing you need to change over here is in this open babel. In this open babel tab, select this AutoDock ligand. By default, when you export the SDF file in analyze result, by default it would select only one pose. All we need to do is that we need to make it 10, so that all of the 10 best poses that it has predicted during your prediction, all of those would be exported in an SDF file. I would come to this point when we actually perform this molecular docking. So for setting up things, all you need to do is to change the value of 1 to 10 over here. Just remain tuned on my channel so that you can further get used to know about why I have made these changes over here, and just hit OK. Now you can see that previously this particular option was disabled. It was like this, but now it has been enabled now, since we have told this software where to find those binaries for your AutoDock. All you need to do is to make sure that you select this thing, so that now it would remember, this program would remember that AutoDock is to be found at C program files x86 AutoDock, AutoDock 4.exe, and so on and so forth. Okay, it is all about installing your AutoDock, right? There are a few more things that you are supposed to do in addition to installing this Python prescription. Okay, so since everything is done, I would close this. Okay, now there are a few things that you need to install. Once you complete your molecular docking, you would also kind of need to visualize your docking results. So for that, I tend to prefer a LigPlot Plus, and this LigPlot Plus is also a freeware. It is free of cost for academic users. So you can register yourself on the LigPlot website, and they would provide you with the password so that you can download it. I have already done all those steps, and here we have the zip file where we have this LigPlot Plus already with us. Okay, so now in order to use this LigPlot Plus, it is necessary that you should have your Java runtime environment, because this LigPlot Plus is based on Java. Therefore, you need to install this Java runtime environment. I have already installed it. Therefore, I won't show you how to do this thing. All you need to do is to double click on this file and follow the instruction, and the program would be installed. Okay, now assuming that first you install this Java runtime environment, and then you go for installing your LigPlot. Okay, so installing LigPlot is no big deal. All you need to do is to extract this file, extract this archive to any location. So say I am extracting it on my C drive. Okay, now it's done. So let me see. Yes, the LigPlot, there should be folder name LigPlus. Okay, right. So here is what we have. Right, so what you can do is that you can directly click this link plus. It tells you about you need to set some path to certain directories. So just all you need to do is to press OK over here. Okay, so now in order to utilize this LigPlot plus, you need to give the path to the file which contain your definition of most of the heterogroups. Okay, so that file is in form of the file called as components.cif. Okay, I have already got this file for you guys. And it is present in the same PyRx, or it might be somewhere in allied software. Yes, this is the file component.cif. The icon might be different in your PC, because I have installed one of the software called as Vega ZZ, and it identifies it, this component.cif, as one of its own file. Therefore this icon, you might have some different icon when you install all these things. So all you need to do is to copy this component.cif file to your LigPlus. Okay, and we need to now copy this address and paste it over here. Just make sure that there is difference in this backslash and front slash. Our file component.cif is present in this LigPlus folder. So components.cif. So all in all, what I have done is that I have told our software, this LigPlot, about where to find this component.cif. Of course, it would need that a temporary directory is to be present in C drive. So it would, whenever this program would run, temporarily it would save all the intermediate files in this particular folder. So we don't have, for time being you might not have created it. Therefore it is necessary that in C drive you create a folder name tmp. Okay, here we go. Okay, one more thing that you can do is that if you have already installed software like rasmol or pymol, you can provide its path over here. So I have already installed pymol with me, therefore I would demonstrate you on how do we give path for this thing. So your pymol should be there somewhere in program files, Delano Scientific. Okay, it should be somewhere in then program files x86. Yes, Delano Scientific pymol. This is where the application file is, your exe file is, therefore you need to copy this address and paste it over here. Don't forget to change the backslash and front slash stuff. And you need to tell what is the name of that file. It is pymolwin. I am right clicking so that I can, when we say rename, it is possible that you copy the name of those files. Okay, pymolwin and paste it over here, pymolwin.exe. All you have to do is to save this thing. Okay, now this is how your LigPlot is now perfectly installed. Okay, it is now ready to use. Okay, so when you use LigPlot, you might also want to save the LigPlot in, say, some PDF. So for doing that, you would further use the print screen option. Okay, so for this you might also want to install the software called as do PDF. This do PDF is uh, do PDF is a you can say one of the printer which when you install uh, would uh, uh, would be used as a default printer to convert all of your files into PDF. Okay, so how do we use it? I would tell you when we use LigPlot. Okay, just since I have already installed do PDF, I won't do it again. All you have to do is to double click on this thing, run it anyway, and perform all the steps that are required. In addition, you have this notepad plus plus. Well, this notepad plus plus is a you can say it is a text editor. So text editors are something that programmers use to write their computer program. Uh, for the sake of simplicity, I already have TextPad installed, uh, but to change a few things, you can use this free version also. So I would be using TextPad for the demonstration purpose, but you can use this Notepad++ as well. It is the same as TextPad that I'm going to use. Okay. Okay, so this is also done. Okay, then you have got NAMD, which we would talk a bit time later. Okay, so this is all, folks. I hope that you are in now position to